Alright, so... Oh man, yeah, exactly. New school, new wave, new everything. This is not necessarily news at night. Maybe I should get rid of that. Here we go. Let me just go to this. So this isn't news at night, people. This is just an impromptu video that I'm doing right now in regards of this. Yes, results of asking for cooperation. And a lot of people within on the internet, it's like, you want to help them sometimes. You know how you want to help people sometimes? Hold on, let me do something right quick. All right, I'm back. So, you know how sometimes you want to help people. I'm not going to say it's within the bottom of your heart to help people, but nonetheless, you're seeing acquaintances doing the same thing over and over again in regards of women this and women that and complaining about women and doing all this other kind of stuff to women. And it's amazing how these guys don't learn. These guys can't learn. Well, they can, but they just don't want to. And they don't want to face the reality in that, look, these women aren't yours. They aren't choosing on you. They don't like you. They never did like you. And they never will like you for genuine reasons. And if they do like you, then it's for an ulterior motive. Look, I'm not here to be that guy who sits around and begs for any sort of woman, any cooperation, any respect, any submission whatsoever. If it happens, it happens. If not, then you know what? Whatever, I'll walk off into the sunset and I'll bite the bullet. Whatever bullet that I may have to bite in regards of being alone. And that's the problem. A lot of these guys have a real issue with being alone. I think that's what it is. I think it's really half of what this is. A lot of these guys have an issue with being alone, with being just their own person, and having to stand on their own 2 feet. And you know what? It's rather sad. It's rather sad to see guys in 2021, after we had a year of isolation, forced isolation for the most part, these guys still don't know, or these guys still can't accept the fact that, hey, look, in most of life, you're going to be alone. In pandemics, you're going to be alone. And I assume a lot of these guys had more than enough time to face that isolation and to feel what it's like and to realize that, one, it's not as bad as you may think. It's not as bad being alone, being with your own thoughts as, oh, well, I guess for some of these guys, being alone with their own thoughts may had a lot of these guys wake up to who they really are and how they really think. So, you know what? As far as that's concerned, let me do something right quick. Let me adjust the screen right quick. All right, and we're back. So we're back to news at night. Yeah, imagining begging a woman to be a woman. Oh, yeah. See, and that's what we're going into tonight. You're begging women to be women. You're begging women to be women. And it isn't that a lot of these women can't be women or don't know how to, because that's usually the excuse thrown around. It's like, oh, they don't know how to be women. They had a single mother. They were raised with toxic masculinity or whatever, and they didn't have a father around. And you know what? No, it isn't that these women don't know how to be women. It isn't that these women don't know how to cooperate nor submit. It's just that they don't find you worthy enough to submit to. That's the thing. They don't find you worthy enough to submit to. And you know what? As far as that's concerned, okay. You know what? I don't care. I really don't care at this point. I really do not give a crap about submission. I don't care about cooperation. If it takes this much in order to get it, then it's not worth it. That is how I operate. That is how my perspective is when it comes to it. That is what I'm. That's how I live. And you know what? I mean, my life. And I know a lot of you don't have a lot of insight into my life personally, and that's on purpose, partially. But my life is a testament to just the fact that, look, I don't need a bunch of confirmation from external sources saying that I'm doing the right thing, or to feel like as if I belong or feel like I'm a man. That's just not what time it is. And you know what? I got better. I got better. I got more time. I got less time than I ever had in my life. And quite frankly, if you have been on your purpose for the past year, then I would hope that you would be in the same predicament that you do not have the time to moan and complain and bitch about women. Because that is what I'm finding within a lot of the spheres in YouTube. A lot of the energy that's on YouTube. And, it's a draining source of energy that I don't get it. First of all, you don't even get this many views doing this. I mean, compared to other sectors of YouTube, if it's about the views and the money and all this that kind of stuff, then quite frankly, I mean, look at the channels that do the most when it comes to views, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to money. I mean, look at them and see how they operate. Do you think a lot of this stuff is... I mean, hold on just a second. See, I'm already getting calls. I'm getting calls while I'm doing this video, this live stream, in order, because guess what? I have a life. Guess what? I'm too busy to focus in on women who don't like me. I'm too focused in on having women, hold on just a second. All right, so as the title says, I'm too busy to beg for cooperation, and you should be too busy for that too. I Let's go on ahead and see what our friends over there and that part of YouTube have been doing for the past week, because the filters I have right here are videos within the past week. And does this look like they're on their purpose? Does this look like they're focusing on helping men? Does it look like they're focusing in on really getting men on the right direction? Okay, so you got this stuff, whatever. You got okay, whatever. Oh my goodness, another the Color Purple movie. Okay, well that's actually probably from the opposition, but let's look at what they've been talking about for the past week. All right, so junk, 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 junk. Okay, well, okay, yeah, junk, 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 trolling videos, plagiarist videos, slander and libel videos, gossip videos, trolling videos, exposure videos. Look, this is basically what we've been doing. Not we. This is what you will see when it comes to certain parts of YouTube, especially in the past week. I mean, really, and yeah, it's a ship show, people. It's definitely a ship show. Let's look at the greater, broader mainstream part. Yeah. So let's look at this. So, all right. Oh my goodness. So Bulldog Minds. Oh my goodness. Really? Well, at least they aren't talking about women. So, okay. So I guess you got that. Okay, never mind. So there's that. There's hypergamy. There. Oh, junk. Junk. Oh my good. Oh my, really? And of course you got a woman in a MGTOW video. Of course you got women, and oh my goodness, are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding? This is freaking okay. Anyway, you know what? So let's just get rid of this week's filter. Let's do this month to be more fair. Okay, so oh man, actually, that's a good question. That's actually a good question. Does the like to see BW suffer? And you know what? A part of me wants to say yes, but I'm not going to give in to the same reasons why these lovely ladies would say yes. I think a lot of these guys, for the past few years, have been frustrated or the past few weeks, or the past few decades have been frustrated at the treatment that they've been receiving at the hands of their counterpart. And a lot of these guys don't see any sort of way out. These guys literally don't see any sort of way out in regards of them just, I don't know, having other options or dating out or whatever. And it isn't that these guys can't do it. It's just that these guys literally are stuck in a prism of their own. It's like these guys don't even realize that, hey, look, you got some options, right? You don't have to deal with disrespect, right? You don't have to deal with women throwing drinks at you constantly whenever you ask them for cooperation, right? Do you realize that, or do you not? Because I think a lot of these guys are, I'm not sure if they're really trying to make up for lost time. I'm not sure if they're really trying to redeem themselves for the crap that they dealt with or the person that they were back in middle and high school. I'm not sure if these guys have gotten out of middle and high school, but it's okay to say you sucked in middle and high school. It's okay to suck. To say that I didn't get the ladies I wanted in middle and high school. I didn't get any ladies at all. It's okay to say that. I mean, freaking A. I mean, do not make me put on that Michael Jordan. Seriously. Because what I've been seeing from a lot of these guys has been beyond cringeworthy. It's nothing to the point that will make them bad men or men that deserve to lose their livelihood, lose their jobs, or lose a voice on YouTube, lose their channels, anything like that. No, I'm not going that far. But I am going to say this.
Michael Jordan, stop it. Get some help.
All right, yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's exactly what I gotta say when it regards to this community. Because I mean, what was once known as manosphere has basically just turned into a parody of itself, with a bunch of men who are trying to expose each other, men hiding in the shadows, or men trying to sell you whatever. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, men bitching about women, men talking about they're joining this as if it's a pro wrestling league, men talking about, yeah, men relying on one dude in order to fight their battles. Let me see, going ahead, really, really, why does this guy look like Tom Likas? Anyway, men who are okay. Let me see. Okay. Let me see what else. What else is going on here? What else is going on? Men who are basically. Okay. Now you got women in this sector. You know what? That's fine. If women want to be here, they want to be here, and if that keeps the men's attention even more, then you know what? Good on them. Good on them. I say bring all the women you can get, because that's just going to expose the men who are really on their purpose, who are really looking for self improvement and change, and the men who just want to hug. And look at this Kitten Cuddy. Kitten Cuddy. Is this what we're going to talk about now? Kitten Cuddy? You're worried about Kitten Cuddy robbing your masculinity, right? And I know the story. I have a video about Kitten Cuddy. Or Kid Cuddy, Kid Coochie, whatever you want to call him. Look, you don't worry about a Kid Cuddy robbing your masculinity at the very least. Especially if you're a baby kid. Especially if you're a wannabe Pookie and Ray Ray. Especially if you're a Man Little Twit. The last thing you have to worry about is a Kid Cudi taking your masculinity off a skit off Saturday Night Live. I'm going to tell you that right now. Let me see, what else you got? You got Clubhouse. Apparently now Clubhouse is like the new club. You know what? I've heard about Clubhouse, and from my understanding, it sounds more toxic than the manosphere. And and I'm not saying that ethnically, it's just overall on gender politics. All right, so you know what? Yeah, all right, it's gender politics. All right, let's talk about gender politics. Who runs the show when it comes to the United States of America, right? Certain group of men, right? Now, these same group of men, regardless if they themselves have personal power or whatever, these guys definitely want to or have coattailed off of the work that men greater than them who look like them have done. So, with all the coattailing that you've done, you couldn't tell me that you could have done something in order to say, hey, look, these women are gaining too much power and they won't lick my PP anymore and they're getting too many jobs and they're going after BBC and all this. Look, no. All right, fine. If you're that concerned about them gaining all the power, taking all the jobs, and closing you out of the snoo market and giving it to the BBC, then why don't you do something about it? And no, not make videos trolling BBC and walking away when BBC checks your women. No, not that kind of stuff. Make a video or do some policy and legislature that'll help all men regardless of race. Which is the problem when it comes to the manosphere. The main problem with the manosphere is that you got a lot of guys on both sides who are too wrapped in their ethnic egos and identities, ethnic identities and egos, in order to unite, in order to shake hands, in order to put stuff to the side, and in order to get stuff done. Because that is the reason why women are winning these days. If you want to go there, that's the reason why the feminists are women these days. They don't want to put stuff aside. They don't want to shake hands. They don't want to do this. They don't want to. What's that thing called? Let me do this. All right, so it was that scene off of Predator, Car Weathers. There you go, Car Weathers. There you go. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do this. You son of a. They don't want to do this. Why is it that they not want to do this? There you go. See, this, Dylan, you son of a. Predator, epic handshake. I remember that movie. You all remember that movie, right? Well, tell me something. At least on TV, we didn't have a problem seeing men of different races uniting, and sometimes they're fighting, sometimes they're at odds, sometimes they're on the same team. Well, a lot of times they're on the same team, or they fought each other one week and ended up on the same team the next. But yeah, This is the reason why the manosphere sucks. This is the reason why the manosphere is failing. This is one of the reasons. One of the main reasons. It's because of a lack of unity, a lack of cooperation and collaboration. And a lot of people say, oh, what are you trying to do? Integrate the manosphere? I'm not part of the manosphere. Remember that. I'm not part of that. If I'm not getting the views, if I'm not getting the super chats, if I'm not getting crap, I'm not part of it. So don't include me in that. But this is the reason, besides the fact on why the manosphere was not, or the red pill space, whatever you want to call it, isn't as great as it could be. This is also the reason why the women are winning, if you want to go there in regards of making this into a gender war. The reason why is because men, particularly in that space, in those spaces, can't just put stuff to the side and pretend to be allies and friends. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was when it came to a lot of these guys in these spaces, whether it's on the black side, having their stick up their rear ends about the Musungu, and I'm not sure if the Musungu stole their girl. I found it. I found the secret. I found the secret of the Bush's baked beans. A lot of guys on both sides are pissed off because other guys of other races stole or got with the women that they desired most. Oh man, I'm out the. Where's my Don DeMarco at? Where's my? Nonetheless, that's his. That's Solo TV 84 is. Now Don DeMarco is his, but you know what you know what's mine's? You know what is mine's? Hold on, I'll show you what's mine's.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, that's mine's. All right. So, nonetheless, a lot of guys, they can't do this. They for some reason have something that holds them back from genuinely making bonds with other men. And whether it's men of other races or men of their own race, as we can see in the past few months and even years, guys guys who tend to have problems with women usually tend to have problems with other dudes. Not to say that I have the most dude friends, mainly because a lot of just, you know, let's just be honest. A lot of dudes in America have gone wussy since the 2000s. The 1990s was like the last decade where most dudes had some sort of semblance of testosterone. After that, it just went to girly men, just like Arnold would say, "These bunch of girly men." Well, these guys weren't girly men. Freaking Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger and their ilk, and they're like, these weren't girly men back in the 80s and 90s. You actually saw some freaking masculinity, some balanced masculinity, not the toxic kind, that the legitimate toxic kind that oppressed BBC in order for them to stay away from their women, or the pseudo masculinity that you see today with the I'm so hood, I got swag, and all that kind of crap. No, that's not real masculinity. This is real masculinity, dudes. And a lot of guys just don't want to. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what. Okay, so yeah, let's just do this. Let's go on ahead and. All right. So, all right. So yeah. All right. So and look at this. You know what? And this is another thing. I'm not going to comment about certain individuals who want to take the manosphere down for their own little mainstream media MSNBC dreams, but it is so sad when you look up manosphere and the first thing you receive are individuals who are trying to discredit it. This is the result of men not getting along, men not coming together, and men not focusing on individuals who actually are a threat to them, or at the very least want to do actual harm to them. I mean, these guys are worried about women, of all things. They're worried about women who, according to them, they don't know any better. They're being solipsistic. They're in their female nature, which is also a crock of crap as well, which I'll explain in a minute. But yeah, these women started growing the first time they got some snoo. And it wasn't my snoo, so I'm gonna drag them through the mud and call them all sorts of this and that. So they stopped growing up when they got first their snoo, and since they didn't let me have snoo, then I'm really gonna have it in for them. You know what? Or even if I did have the snoo, they're for the streets. They're for the streets. Second, she gets a wrinkle or she gets a gray hair. Nope. I'm trading it in like the car. I'm like, these guys. Yeah, hold on.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
All right. So yeah, is this the mentality? Well, not him particularly. But yeah, you got individuals who are so into their cliques and their tribes that you got individuals who want to take both sides of the manosphere down, going after them unchecked. This is the reason I don't call myself part of the manosphere. One, because I don't promote extremist talk against women or anything sort of that nature. Trust me, I'm not that kind of dude for multiple reasons. One, I don't need to be that kind of dude, even though, yeah, it's hard out here for your mans in them, but that's just due to the environment that a lot of entities are trying to push these days, and I'm not going to go into that. Let's just say this: don't go to the Bay Area, people. Don't move up here, unless you're making money, which I mean, check. But I mean, even that, if you live in a place where you're eating, if you know what I mean, then consider your options before you come up here, because you're going to be. Trust me, the feast will end for the most part. It will end. But look, a lot of these guys, they're worried about black pill dudes and other manosphere dudes sending their chicks, and just other manosphere dudes that they aren't even worried about actual individuals who are a threat to them, or who want to do harm to them, who want to bully them. And you know what? If we could unite like on some real man stuff like this, like that, then I mean, freaking I mean that's when you wake up the people. That's when you wake up and get the attention of the masses. That's when you get the eyes of politicians, and that is when you get respect of the women. You know the reason why women don't respect a lot of dudes in that space? Seriously? It's because they don't see any cooperation. They don't see any sort of alliance. They don't see it. They really don't. And I'm not shocked because I guess a lot of these guys, particularly the guys who identify themselves as manosphere-esque kind of dudes. I mean, yeah, I've done business with dudes. Obviously, I support some of the guys here and there, but for the most part, I don't consider myself part of it. One, because I don't have the extremist rhetoric, and two, I don't have the same sentiment. I just don't. I'm too busy to worry about cooperation. I'm too busy to ask for cooperation, not ask for cooperation. And three, whenever I do speak, I mean, when you hear these guys speak, it's cringeworthy. It's cringeworthy with them talking about, I'll be the mama, girl. I just want cooperation, and the girl that teach me better. The form girl that teach me better. The back door that teach me better.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
All right. So yeah, these guys, these individuals, who are talking about cooperation and submission and that sort. All right, so yeah, let's just do this. Let's do this. Man. All right, so seriously. Oh wow, wow, oh crap, you actually got some real. So look at this. Look at this stuff. Yeah. So when you talk about submission, right? Let's look up submission, right? Oh boy. Look at this. He's done, but he's not done. All right, whatever. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, yeah. And for what? For what, may I ask? You guys are doing all of this for how many views? 3.6 views. Okay, 10K views. 1.2 views, 1.2 thousand views, 307 views. She's 2,000. Oh, okay, right. Really? Freaking, what is it? It's okay. 18. See, the 18K views, the legitimate views, are the ones that are actually trying to paint you all as incels, as radicalized, basically making you look like a hate group. And the last thing that I will stand for is individuals who try to paint all individuals as a radicalized or demonized group. I mean, I deal with that enough here in the Bay Area with every other story I see on the 6 or 10 or 11 o'clock news having someone look like me. Usually doing nothing good. I get enough of that. I mean, so how do you feel? How do you think I feel when I see stuff like this? Yes, a lot of guys are part of the goof troop. A lot of guys in the space are just mad goofy, are just, some of them are hopeless, but I'm not going to go as far as to say the radical word. Maybe incel. I'll give them incel, but no. But yeah, look at this. All right, so yeah, inviting. You got a bunch of inviting. Fight Club and yeah, exactly. So, oh man, super slide. But once again, 2.9 thousand views. Is this all for 2.9 thousand views? Same here. Oh man, how high? Oh okay, wow. You actually got an individual who applied it to his wife positively. Okay. Well, I mean, he's probably listening to the AMS, the Steph's codes, and those guys. He's listening to those dudes, which I wouldn't consider those guys part of the quote unquote manosphere. And trust me, if you are trying to come up, don't do that neither. I highly suggest you don't. I mean, so you got, okay, this seems like a decent 9.4 million views. See, when you have dialogue, well, granted, it's part of Jubilee, so I mean it's like, hey, we're Jubilee, just push our videos up, even though they may be tired in pain. But, yeah. See? Let's talk about this, folks. This is what gets views in this sector. This is what gets eyes and attentions in that sector, I should say. Silly crap like that. Silly crap of exposing dudes for whatever reason. Look, are we going there? Are we going there? Because exposing that, I mean, bad enough you got individuals from the outside who are trying to do it for their little NPR, MSNBC, and N dreams, but you got other dudes who are just within the space going after other dudes who are supposed to be on their same side, on the same side. You got friendly fire going on here. And what are we talking about? Friendly fire? Are you kidding me? Friendly fire. This is the best you all can do. Friendly fires. And to be honest, I mean, if you all, I'm not going to go there, but I'll just say this. I can tell individuals who have some quality in them and individuals who don't. And I knew from the start that the guy who made this truth doesn't speak a lot of truth. A lot of what he does this for is for the money at best, and for the Musungu advantage. Blame the BBC, go after the BBC agenda at worst. Because I mean, when you invite the Famal Noon to your show, then yeah, there are problems. There are absolute problems. Let me see what else. Yeah, submission, dominance, and submission. Okay, you know what? Oh my. Okay. Yeah. No. I'm not gonna go there. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch. And look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, so. Yeah. Yeah, okay. See, and really? You know what? Sometimes I think that YouTube literally has agents. I'm not going to go there, but I literally think YouTube has agents in which have been sent here in order to make a certain group of men more vicious than they actually are. As I said, a lot of these guys are silly. A lot of these guys have no social skills. A lot of these guys are little social skills. A lot of these guys have no tact. And a lot of these guys are frustrated when it comes to women, but aren't willing to put in the work to do anything, or the sacrifice to do anything in order to better their positioning when it comes to get with women. But, nonetheless, I mean, yeah, dominant males are a winning. Okay, cool. But yeah, dominant males are winning. As I said, dominant males are winning. It's just the guys who see themselves as it's just the guys who see themselves as compromised, the guys who aren't dominant. These are the guys who are complaining and whining. I mean, freaking A. I mean, we all know the dominant guys who are actually winning. Shout out to AMS. Shout out to Steph is cold. And shout out to this guy. The guy who's actually, nobody talks about this guy. Nobody. I mean, if I'm going to highlight something about the Manosphere highlight still, it's going to be this guy, who is slowly but surely. I haven't seen this guy in any of the hangouts or anything of that nature. But yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about someone who's doing it right, you do it from the outside and you report on it in an unbiased manner. So, yeah. So, I mean, shout out to this guy who's doing it. If you haven't sub to this guy. Shut up. If you want to know at least some of the good stuff that you can find within the Manosphere and some of the good lessons you can learn on how to be a man and how to improve on that stuff, sub to this dude. I'm going to have to put the bell on it. So, yeah. 29.3k subs. He's doing it the right way. He hasn't gotten a lot of help. He hasn't, and I guess he really hasn't asked for any help, asked for any shout outs or whatever, but yeah. I mean, you're going to do it the right way. Instead of this toxic other stuff that you see here, where it's like, just, ugh, where it's just like, cringe-worthy BS, just, I mean, yeah. Guys who complain about women who, I mean, okay, so, alright, 2 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes, damn near 3 hours, damn near 2 hours, an hour and a half. You don't need this much time to talk about women who aren't going to cooperate with you. I mean, no amount of hangouts are going to make women cooperate with you, man. It's just, that's just as simple as that. Look, you guys know how I feel when it comes to stuff like this. You know how I feel when it comes to pretty much just dealing with the opposite gender. You deal with them on your own terms. You deal with them on your own terms. You deal with them to the point in which you, yeah, you deal with them how you want to deal with them. If they aren't cooperating with you, you don't deal with them at all. You don't go around and try to shame women into liking you. You don't go around and try to cajole women. You don't tease women because they won't like you. You won't lord it over their heads that they made fun of you or they rejected you. Don't waste your time doing that stuff. Seriously. Yeah. You don't go around and rally behind one guy to take care of the women who wouldn't listen to you and wouldn't submit to you. I mean, that's some childish stuff. I mean, we must protect this house. Are we doing that now? Well, we must protect his house. I'm sure he doesn't need protection. Trust me, he's good. Especially after what he went through throughout his life and how he persevered. I mean, look, he doesn't need his house protected. A lot of these other guys do, but not this guy. Last time I checked, this guy's eating good in the neighborhood, and he's eating good not just when it comes to food, but he's eating off the same woman, and he's eating from the same woman, and maybe in some cases he's eating the same woman that you all struggle to get to cooperate. Are we serious? You're gonna rally behind one guy, which, you know what they say about the pins. I mean, that analogy when it comes to a leader, you put someone in the front of the set of pins, and once one is knocking down, then all of them or most of them get knocked down as well. So I mean, be careful about that strategy. Be careful about choosing one guy to be your leader, man. And yeah, I mean, it's just a bunch of cringe. Well, actually, oh, never mind. He's trying. What is? Anyway, you know what? No, the other guys. Yeah. Okay. All right. Colorism. Color. All right. You know what? Let's talk about colorism for a second, right? Colorism. All right. I don't talk about colorism that much, and it's for a reason. Because one, I'm not a colorist. I don't really give a crap about what a woman's skin color is. All I care about are, you know, what matters. And in this case, Rashida Strober. All right, let's look up Rashida Strober. All right, let's do some research about her. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So Rashida Strober, right? All right, I think that's how you spell her name. And then, okay, so, all right. First of all, Rashida Strober. Maybe we should go to Google. Maybe we should go to Google. I'm not a fan of Google. I'm not. All right, let's just do that. There we go. American playwright, really? Anyway, a playwright. Okay, so you know what? All right. So what do I notice about Rashida Strober, right? What do you notice about her? What first thing you notice about her, right? She has no good pictures of her. She has no good pictures of herself. Seriously. No good pictures. She needs to do a better job in taking pictures. Because you know why? You know why? I mean, you were telling me that with all the colorism problems, with all the whining, with all the bitching, with all the complaining that you do about colorism, you're telling me that with these, you're having the problem, right? With these, you're having the problem, right? With a bunch of these, you're having the problem with these, right? You're having the problem with these, your size D's. And you're still bitching about colorism and all this other kind of stuff. Really? 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 I mean, I gotta give this to you. Hold on, Rashida. I gotta give this to you right quick.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
All right, you're telling me that with the assets that you have, you are having the problem getting men to respect you and men to like you and men to choose up on you. even though it has been said that you are dealing, or at least we're dealing with, a light-skinned supremacist guy. Like, Rashida, hold on. Miss Colorism is dealing with light-skinned supremacy? Huh? I thought it was all about it was all about loving your dark skin and your dark self, and dark men and dark women getting together to have dark babies. What happened? You don't do light skin supremacy and can still call yourself a colorist, or maybe you can because that's like sort of like, yeah, I guess that's the point of colors, right? They can't stand themselves. They think that there's something wrong with them. Rashida, honestly, from me to you, from man to woman, none of this manosphere shaming you talk. You have no excuse. You have the assets, and you need to take better pictures. And the glasses do not mind. Actually, they don't really take away from a girl's looks. So you keep those glasses on. You should keep your smile on. Brighten your teeth. Well, actually, your teeth are already brightened, so brighten those teeth. Uh, make those show off those lips, and then show off the rest of what you have. Because I mean, I do not see the reason why you, of all people, need to be colors. What am I trying to say here? Well, part of me is trying to say that she's doing this for clicks and money and views. So, I mean, if you're doing this for a hustle, then go on ahead. But yeah, other than that, yeah, you know what? Thank you for putting this up. 7 months ago, 128 views. She cheated on you, now what? But you know what? Here is what I have to say in regards of not just cheating, but also of disrespect. You got people here who are disrespected constantly. People here who are like this dude. He's dealing with this well, not every single night, but guys like him are metaphorically dealing with this every single night. Just like, I'm not gonna mention names, but you know who these guys are. Guys who constantly go up in these women's panels thinking that they're doing something, and ladies, I'm gonna intellectualize you why you should get with me instead of Tyrone and Ryan Chad and Man Will Plan. Come on, guys, come on, ladies. You're doing things wrong, ladies. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. No, you need to be about twerking and being ratchet with me. I mean, you need to be about strong families in the community. No. That a lot of these guys are basically asking for their own, begging for their own pegging. There you go. And that's the reason why I made that begging for your own pegging video. That's exactly the reason why. It's because of stuff like this. They're begging for their own pegging, meaning that they're begging the same woman who didn't respect them, don't respect them, will never respect them, and if they do respect them, it's not for a genuine reason. They're begging these gals to respect them. And I'm sorry, that's not happening. That's not going on. That's not the business, and that will not be the business, at least no time soon. I know that it hurts. I know that it's like, well, this was, you don't like me, huh? Well, I'll show you. Well, just show her. Show her. But you know what's not showing her? Doing all this silly stuff. Doing all these 8-hour hangout panels. Doing all these videos crying about dynamics and that sort of thing. Doing all these videos about, well, she doesn't respect me, man. And, I'm gonna make her pay by being so incessant that I'm just gonna cry and moan and complain and cajole and that sort of. No, that's not. No, trust me, that's not going to make anyone respect you in any sort of way. But you know what will respect make you? You know what will have respect come your way? Walking away. There you go, walking away. And a lot of these guys just don't get it. But that's the thing. A lot of these guys are just unwilling to get it because they're unwilling to do the following, and that is walking away. And do not tell me he made that game-winning shot by tripping. Oh, you freaking kidding me? I'm watching. Who are these teams? Okay, so the Mavericks just beat the Grizzlies on a last-second Hail Mary shot. Wow, look at that. It was the Memphis Grizzlies who beat. So who's who? Yeah, so it was Okay, so it was the Dallas Mavericks who beat the Grizzlies. All right, cool. That's what I thought. All right, so yeah, walking away. That's what a lot of guys need to start doing. Walking away from the women who disrespect you, the women who don't like you, the women who never like you, and the women. I'm not going to repeat myself. You guys, refuse to listen. You guys refuse to take the advice of those who had gone before you, who've done the steps, and who, for the most part, have content lives, or at the very least, have lives where they aren't boggled down with nonsense and BS. They aren't boggled down by faceless trolls or recalcitrant women who, or females who refuse to be women by any means, at least towards you. They don't deal with this, or we don't deal with this. I don't deal with this. And a lot of you guys seem to want proof. Well, you know what? As I said, I don't get paid enough to show the proof. I don't get paid enough to show the evidence, and there's a reason why I say, you know what? I don't get paid enough. I really do not get the coffers filled enough in order to really show you guys a lot of proof in my life. That's just it. So if you guys really want to see the results of what I'm saying and how true it is, then not you guys who are watching, but the rest of the guys who yeah, they'll come over here at certain times, but other times they won't. They know who they are. Hey, look, I need some consistent support, and I'm not. So enough of that. For the rest of you guys out there, just walk away. Walk away and don't deal with the mess. Don't deal with the BS. Just shrug it off your shoulders. Because, I mean, according to all of you, the women aren't going to change because there's an incentive for them not to change. So, let them, if they are doing so bad, then, let them go ahead and screw around. And according to you, they'll hit the wall, they hit their demise, and you know what? Well, you know what? Even if that happens, even when that happens, I mean, half of you will be there to pick them up anyway. So stop the capping, and the other half just sit back and just mentally say, "I told you so." And also, you aren't gonna see this as well. I mean, you aren't gonna see a unity of men, red pill men, who can actually be focused on getting rid of actual threats or people who are trying to smear whatever agenda or mission that the men over there are doing. And the ones who are legitimate, shout out to them. All props. But even in that case, it's like, I don't know about going after legitimate sources. You won't see that. And you'll have guys complaining and inviting and talking all sorts of, saying all sorts of pleasantries about women overseas who are in the same scenario as your typical single mother here, but they praise them because they're king the Pookie. They're king this Pookie. They're given the Pookie crown, and that's all it is. If you're given the Pookie crown, then I guess it really doesn't matter what else happens. Anyway, I'm about to lose my voice, and I noticed that there aren't a lot of people here, so I want to shout out to all of you who joined us tonight. It's just a little rant I had to get off my chest. And everybody else out there.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.